Be me, 18, freshman computer science student, just trying to survive syllabus week and find a vending machine that takes Apple Pay. Social anxiety set to hard mode. First real college class, Introduction to Ethics. Professor walks in late, followed by absolute menace to society, disguised as a hot girl. Black lipstick, platform boots, mesh sleeves. Sits down next to me uninvited. Smells like vanilla and vengeance. Hey, I'm Indigo. Yes, that's her real name, or at least the one she uses on Twitter. You look like someone who has opinions about Nietzsche. I don't. She doesn't care. Starts talking about moral relativism before roll call even ends. Somehow roasts capitalism, Jordan Peterson, and her ex in the same sentence. Professor asks for debate partners. She volunteers us both. I like your energy, she says. I haven't said a single word. After class, she follows me outside. What's your sign? I say Pisces. She says, of course you are, like it's a diagnosis. Starts texting me memes 5 minutes later. One of them is Karl Marx holding a cat. Caption, me when I overthrow your heart. Text back, LOL. She replies, you're so emotionally repressed, it's adorable. I don't respond. She sends 3 TikToks about soulmates in the next 15 minutes. My face when I just wanted to learn what a moral dilemma was. Next day, she shows up early to class, hands me a homemade smoothie, says it's infused with feminine rage and mango. Tastes weird, but I'm too scared to say anything. She's doodling something in her notebook. See my name inside a heart. She's added devil horns and binary code. You're such a paradox, Nate. What does that even mean? Try to avoid her after class. She follows me to the library. We have intellectual synergy, she says while breathing on my shoulder. Ask if she's always this intense. She says intensity is a form of honesty. She then asks if I believe in past lives. I think we died in a revolution together. I say, I think I have a meeting, and sprint away. Get 3 texts before I reach my dorm. 1. You run like a tortured poet. 2. Do you believe in fate? 3. Your silence is loud, King. Next morning, hear knock on dorm door. Think it's roommate locking himself out again. Open it in boxers. It's Indigo, wearing leather jacket and holding Tupperware. I brought banana bread. Also, I'm friends with your RA now. My face when I've been awake for 11 seconds. Banana bread has a sticky note. For the revolution. RA Mike walks by, nods. Dude, your girlfriend's cool. She's not my girlfriend, Mike. Indigo winks. Labels are tools of oppression anyway. Closes door behind her like she lives here. Sits on my bed uninvited. Starts talking about the symbolism of my roommate's poster. It's a picture of Rick from Rick and Morty. It's late-stage irony disguised as nihilist propaganda. My brain buffering. She pulls a small crystal out of her bra, places it on my desk. This will absorb the toxic masculinity in your code? I haven't written a single line of code today. Ask how she found my room. I did a little cyber research. Also known as she found me in the dorm directory and somehow convinced Mike she was my lab partner. He's very easy to manipulate, she says, while chewing banana bread. Ask why she's here. I just felt your aura needed me. What does that even mean, Dot? Ping. She pulls out her phone. Want to see my poetry? Too slow to say no. Poem is titled, He Debugged My Soul But Not His Feelings. It's about me, I think. Hard to tell through the metaphors and mild threats. Suddenly, roommate walks in. He freezes. She turns. You must be Logan. He nods. She stands. Walks up real slow. Puts hand on his chest. Your energy is too anxious. Fix that. Leaves. No explanation. Logan looks at me like I just brought a feral raccoon into the room. Bro, what the actual hell was that? I have no idea, Logan. No idea. Week 2 of Indigo, deciding I'm her emotional support nerd. Try switching up routes to class. Go through engineering building instead of main quad. She's there, sitting on bench. I knew you'd pass this way today. Ask how she knew. Intuition and find my iPhone. Why do you have my location? You left it on when you airplayed to the lounge TV last week. I took a screenshot of your settings. That's not intuition, Indigo. That's cyberstalking. Labels are violence. Next day, try to hide in library. New study group for my math class. Nobody knows her. Sitting with 3 other nerds reviewing discrete math proofs. Indigo shows up. Sits down with iced coffee and zero shame. Hey Nate, heard this was the thinking man's circle. How did you even know I was here? I astral projected during my nap and saw you with the sad math boys. Group goes silent. She takes out glitter pens, starts doodling hearts and logic gates in notebook. One guy leans over. Dude, who is she? Long story. She corrects our logic proof halfway through. And she's right. Group goes from confused to slightly impressed. I read ahead. Patterns are just emotional echoes, she says, like that makes sense. Group guy named Brent visibly uncomfortable. She always like this? Bro, this is her on 20% battery. After session, she asks if I want to study later. Says it in tone that sounds less like tutoring and more like spiritual possession. I make excuse. Need to call my grandma. Cute. I love old people. Tell her I say hi. You don't even know her name. I will. Later that night, check Instagram. Indigo posted a blurry photo of me from across the library. Caption, some auras are loud even when they're silent. Comments, OMG, who is he? That vibe, she replies, manifesting him. Oh no, roommate Logan walks in. Bro, I saw her talking to the RA again. She's asking about our building's guest policy. Logan looks me in the eyes. She's gonna astral project into our bunk bed, dude. I don't sleep well that night. Dream Indigo's reading my diary I don't even have. Wake up to DM. Your dream energy was chaotic. Let's talk. Week 3 of low-key psychological hostage situation. New group project in computer science. 3-person team, me, Emily, normal, and Chad says bruh a lot. Project barely started when Indigo walks into the study room. No invitation. You're building a web app? Cool, I'll help. We're full. Doesn't matter. Sits down like she pays tuition here. Nate's strengths are logic and silently screaming inside. Chad just nods like that tracks. Emily side-eyes me. Who is this? I'm his shadow work in human form. What does that even mean? Starts redesigning the project logo. Adds phases of the moon, burning roses, some random Latin quote. Chad. Yo, that actually slaps. Emily not impressed. We're just doing a grade calculator app. Indigo? But with meaning. Asks me why I dress like an unpaid intern. Excuse me? Suggests she thrift me a new wardrobe. Says, you're like 60% hot, just hidden under emotional repression and beige. Chad. Bro, she's not wrong. Emily leaves early. Chad keeps asking Indigo about her tattoo meanings. Me, barely holding on to my own identity. After session, she walks me back to dorm. Says, I had a dream where you finally let go of your past self. What past self? Says, it's time to become the man you were always afraid to be. I just wanted to pass this class. Next day, she shows up with a thrift bag. Inside, black turtleneck, silver chain. Book of Rumi quotes, Your vibe begins now, she says. Logan sees the outfit. Bro, are you turning goth voluntarily? Indigo appears behind him. Labels are fake. Vibes are real. Logan doesn't even flinch anymore. He just mutters, you're doomed, and walks off. Day starts normal. As normal as life with Indigo orbiting me like a goth moon can be. Open laptop to finish project. Wallpaper is gone. Replaced with black and white photo of foggy forest. Caption, your new mindset. Check recycle bin. All my anime wallpapers and Among Us memes, deleted. Open Chrome. Homepage is now some weird aesthetic journaling site with Gregorian chant playlist. Roommate Logan walks in. Dude, why is your background giving haunted yoga retreat? Me. Indigo used my laptop last night to charge her crystals. Logan. She's not charging crystals. She's draining your will to live. Check my Instagram. She unfollowed 3 girls for my clarity. DMs the rest with vague messages like, he's entering a reflective phase. Please respect his silence. What? Text me later. I archived your meme posts. They were blocking your growth. Indigo. Those memes were my personality. Now you have space to become someone deeper. Roommate hears this and says, "Bro, she's literally speedrunning your identity. Meet her later that day." She hands me a printed birth chart. "This is your soul's blueprint. Read it." Says, "I have a wounded Venus in Capricorn, and that's why I fear connection. Indigo, I just fear you. Your aura's changing already," she says. She touches my forehead and says, "Becoming is painful, but worth it." I say, "I'm going to the gym to avoid more psycho wisdom." She says she'll come too. Shows up in all black workout fit. Has a yoga mat and an actual Tibetan singing bowl. Starts stretching in middle of weight area while playing ambient whale noises. Guys lifting look confused. One bro drops his dumbbell when she does full back bend while making eye contact. Logan sees video of it later. "This chick is casting spells on your life like it's Hogwarts. I can't breathe anymore, but can't escape, because she already added my mom on Facebook. Come back from class. Dorm doors cracked open. Weird smell in the air. Like burnt wood and citrus. Walk in. Indigo's standing in middle of room, waving a stick of burning sage. Logan is sitting in the corner, wearing swim goggles for some reason. She said the smoke reveals hidden trauma," he explains. Indigo turns to me. "This space is soaked in stagnant energy. I'm liberating it." She's wearing a flowing scarf and fingerless gloves. There's a crystal grid on my desk. My monitor has a sticky note on it that says, "Rebirth Portal." Logan coughs. "Bro," she sage my fun yuns. Look around, my closet's open. Half my stuff is in a pile marked Shadow Wardrobe. "We're burning this," Indigo says. Indigo, that's my CS Club hoodie. It carries frequencies of insecurity. She puts a book in my hand. The Rebirth of the Male Soul. Cover has a drawing of a weeping man in a womb. "Page 23 is where your healing starts," Logan whispers. "You're in a cult. Blink twice if you need help." She lights incense in the windowsill, sets off smoke alarm. RA shows up. Indigo calls him a tool of spatial oppression. He tells her to leave. She says, "This space called me here." He says, "That's not how dorm policy works." She gets offended. RA leaves, defeated. She turns to me. "Your resistance is your ego's last scream." Sits cross-legged on my bed. "You're suspended between who you were and who I see in you." Logan slowly pulls on his shoes. "I'm sleeping in the lounge tonight." Indigo pulls out her journal, draws my aura. It looks like a potato with angry eyebrows. Puts her hand on my chest. "Your third chakra is vibrating with doubt. You need to surrender." Surrender to what? To becoming. I fake a group project emergency and leave. She texts, "The fire alarm was the universe resisting change. Typical." Logan texts, "She saged my flip-flops. I'm done." Come back from midterm, brain fried, open laptop to zone out. Zoom app already open. Confused. See recent call history. Call ended. Indigo plus mom plus dad, 47 minutes. "Excuse me, what?" Check texts. Mom, "She's wonderful, so intuitive." Dad, "Very passionate." Call mom immediately. "Hi, sweetie. We just had the loveliest conversation with your little friend." Indigo is not my little anything, Mom. "She said you've been emotionally closed off, but you're working on it." "Great, now my parents think I'm in therapy via sorcery." "She showed us that aura chart. You're a moon soul?" "What does that even mean?" "She called you my wounded water prince. So poetic." Ask how she even contacted them. Mom, "She said she needed your ancestral context to understand your blockages." "You gave her our number?" "Well, she asked nicely, dear. Very respectful." Dad chimes in. "She told me I'm emotionally unavailable too. At first I was mad, but now I'm journaling." Indigo accidentally starting generational therapy. Log off. Immediately text her. "Why did you talk to my parents?" She replies, "Family wounds ripple through your energy field. I was just softening the tide." Softening the what? Next day she shows up with handmade herbal tea. Says it's to strengthen my emotional boundaries. Also brings a hand-knitted scarf for my mom. "Your maternal line deserves warmth." Logan, "Dude, she's infiltrating your bloodline." She's knitting herself into the family tree. Dad sends me selfie wearing chakra-harmonized bracelet Indigo made him. Caption, getting my vibes right, son. This is a hostage situation with yarn. Big presentation coming up for CS class. Final project. 50% of my grade. Ask Logan for help rehearsing. He says, you need Indigo, she's got stage presence. Logan, that's how this started. Too late. Indigo already materializes at the door with herbal tea and a ring light. We're activating your throat chakra today, babe. Indigo. I just need to explain a sorting algorithm. She rewrites half my slides, adds phrases like digital entropy and code as a metaphor for soul reconstruction, adds stock photo of crying statue for dramatic effect. This will awaken their higher logic. At this point, I don't know if I'm in a CS class or an indie art exhibit. Presentation day. Class full, professor watching. I go up. Indigo insists on standing behind me like she's my hype priestess. 2 slides in, she walks forward, grabs the mic. Before we begin, I need you all to see him. What is happening? Pulls out her notebook, starts reading spoken word poem. He codes in silence, a monk of logic, a prisoner of binary. Everyone is dead silent. Professor looks both horrified and weirdly moved. Logan in back texting me live commentary. Bro, she's hijacking your GPA in real time. Indigo ends with, let us not debug the mind, but the heart. Bowed. People actually clapped, Professor says. That was a unique introduction. Please continue, Nate. My face when I follow up her poem with a PowerPoint slide titled, Merge Sort, a time complexity analysis. Voice cracks 3 times. Someone sneezes louder than my entire summary. Indigo claps at the end, like she just watched Hamlet. After class, she hugs me. You've finally spoken your truth. Indigo. I just explained quicksort. Logan. You got upstaged by your own stalker, bro. This is rock bottom. Not even mad, just spiritually exhausted. Professor emails me later. Great delivery, very emotive. Tell your poet friend she has something special. She now thinks we're a performance duo. Indigo updates her Instagram bio to codewitch/poet/Nate's muse. My GPA is in danger, so is my soul. Normal Tuesday, or so I thought. Walk into dorm, lights off. Room smells like incense and burnt toast. Logan gone. Indigo sitting cross-legged in middle of room, wearing some kind of velvet robe. Candles everywhere. There's a bowl of what I hope is soup, she whispers. Happy birthday, Nate. Indigo, my birthday is in July. Yes, but your soul's realignment rebirth is today. Excuse me, what? She stands up, hands me a handmade crown made of wire, string, and what looks like leftover ramen noodles. For your third eye coronation? Not sure if I should wear it or eat it. Asked me to sit in the sacred quadrant. It's a towel covered in crystals and sunflower seeds. Starts chanting. In English? Nope. Pretty sure it's either Latin, Klingon, or something she made up. Logan texts me. I escaped when she started blessing the mini fridge. Indigo opens a leather notebook. I wrote vows to your higher self. Pulls out poetry again. You are the moth to my algorithm, the divine recursion in my cosmic code. I'm sweating. She offers me a smoothie. It's purple, smells like glue. Drink to begin your real birthday. Ask what's in it. Just a blend of intuition, elderberry, and lightly fermented lunar water. That is not an ingredient. Pretend to sip. She doesn't blink. Says, now close your eyes and scream your old name. I don't even know what that means. She starts drumming on a pot lid. Outside RA walks by. Knocks. You okay in there? Indigo? He's being reborn. Respect the portal. RA? Yeah, okay, man. Just keep the incense under control. Logan texting nonstop. You have 2 options, fake seizure or start speaking in tongues. Choose option 3, run, make excuse. Need to pee, emotionally. Leave dorm, hide in vending machine hallway for 45 minutes. Come back. She's asleep on my bed, snoring softly next to a candle that says, Divine Masculine Awakening. My will to live has logged off. Friday afternoon, brain already in weekend mode, Indigo shows up at dorm. wearing tie-dye, boots and sunglasses despite it being cloudy. Pack light, we leave in 20 minutes. Leave for what? We're going to the Resonance Cave. Indigo. That sounds like a Final Fantasy dungeon. It's a real place. I found it on a crystal healing subreddit. Logan overhears. Bro, that's 3 red flags and a felony waiting to happen. Indigo insists it's only a 2-hour drive. Actually 4 hours. In a Prius that smells like sage and essential oils. She brought road snacks, homemade granola and dehydrated celery, asks me to hold her emotional support crystal while she drives. It's shaped like a goat skull. This is fine. Plays a playlist called Songs That Healed My Womb. All 8-minute-long Icelandic folk chants. Asks me deep questions like, what's your emotional blood type? I don't even know my real blood type. She starts crying during third folk song. Sorry, this one always reminds me of my past lives. We pull over at gas station. She won't let me pee until I ground my energy with the earth. So I stand barefoot on gravel for 3 minutes while people stare. Finally arrive at destination. Not a cave, more like a hole in a hillside behind an abandoned Arby's. The land rejected capitalism here, she says. Enters without hesitation. Inside it smells like mildew and possibly a raccoon. She lights incense and tells me to sit cross-legged, pulls out jar. I brought soil from your dorm for ritual continuity. Why? So the cave knows who you are. I am confusion. She sprinkles it in a circle, starts chanting again. This time I swear I heard her say RAM usage. Asks me to scream into the void. I do, mainly out of frustration. Echo is unsettling. Indigo claps. That was pure. Your inner binary is shifting. Cave ceiling starts dripping. I say we should leave, she says. Nature is weeping for your growth. Outside. We sit in silence. She hands me a drawing of myself surrounded by flames. This is who you're becoming. I look like a depressed anime wizard, ride home in silence. She smiles the whole way. I stare out window, questioning every life choice I've made since orientation week. Week before Thanksgiving, thinking of going home, eating food, pretending college isn't real. Indigo appears behind me, mid-snack. What are we doing for the holiday? We? Indigo. I'm going home, alone, like a normal person. She gasps. You were just gonna leave me with all this emotional energy and no closure? Closure from what? Logan suggests. Bro, say your family is allergic to sage. All of them. Even the dog. Indigo already texting my mom. How did she get her number again? Next thing I know, your little poet girl is welcome to join us. Damn it, Mom. Thanksgiving Day. She shows up at my parents' house wearing layers of scarves, a beaded necklace the size of a tire, and carrying a literal drum. Your ancestors will feel this vibration. Mom, she's so worldly. Dad, terrified but too polite to run. Sits down at dinner table. Immediately asks my grandma if she believes in spiritual reincarnation. Grandma says she barely believes in banks. Starts tapping the drum gently before we eat. To call in gratitude spirits. Grandma flinches. Dad takes a long sip of wine. Logan texts me. She better not sage the stuffing. Indigo compliments my mom's cooking. Adds, you must have been a healer in your past life. Mom, aw, I just followed the recipe on the box. Says turkey holds ancestral vibrations of colonial reckoning. Grandma, it's a butterball. After dessert, she gives a toast. To rebirth, decolonizing holiday narratives, and Nate's beautiful pain. Everyone claps out of fear. She makes eye contact with me like she just cast a spell. After dinner, pulls me aside. Your aura felt heavier this week. Have you been doubting our path? Indigo, I just wanted to eat mashed potatoes in peace. You're resisting the divine union. I'm resisting being sacrificed under a blood moon. That night, check Instagram. She posted a photo of me next to cranberry sauce. Caption, my twin flame feeding his shadow. Logan comments, run, finals week. Been living on coffee, fear, and microwave mac and cheese. Walk into CS exam, ready to die with dignity. Indigo finds me outside the building. I brought something. Oh no, hands me a necklace made of beads, sage, and what might be a chicken bone. Wear this. It channels ancestral confidence. Indigo. I studied. I don't need ancestral poultry. She kisses my forehead. May your brain vibrate at 432. Not how any of this works. Go inside. Professor hands out exams. Blank page looks like ancient scripture. Panic begins. Remember one formula. Brain just says, for loop, pain. Suddenly feel a weird warmth on my chest. Look down. The chicken bone necklace is glowing? No, it's just reflecting light. But still. Suddenly remember two more formulas. Is this placebo witchcraft working? Feel Indigo's vibes hovering outside like mental Wi-Fi. Actually, finish the test. Log off brain. Leave classroom. She's waiting. Of course. How'd it go? Weirdly good. She smiles. I told you, you're spiritually left-brained. Logan sees me later. Bro, she enchanted your GPA. At what cost? We check grades a week later. Higher than expected. She throws literal glitter in my face. Success bath! How did she have glitter in her pocket? Why does it smell like lavender? She hugs me. Real tight. I knew you had a divine coder inside you. Yeah, well, divine coder wants to lay down and scream. Finals end. She asks if I want to go on a post-semester silent retreat in the woods. Asks if I'm ready to shed the last layers of false Nate. Logan leans in. Or, hear me out, block her and transfer. Not the worst idea. Semester ends, grades in, friends alive, my soul unsure. Sit Indigo down in coffee shop, nervous. She's sipping herbal nonsense from a mason jar. Indigo, I think we need space. She blinks. Once. Slowly. I sense this in the cards. Of course you did. Say it's not healthy. That I need to rediscover who I am. You mean your pre-awakened self? Sure. She nods. Then we must unbind with ritual. What? Next thing I know. We're at the lake at midnight. She's wearing a red velvet cloak. Full moon. She calls it blood moon of closure. I call it Tuesday. She lights candles in a perfect circle. Pulls out 2 scrolls. We'll read these vows backwards to spiritually untangle. I didn't even know we had vows, Logan texts. You good? Reply with photo of Indigo chanting into the wind. He responds, bro is in a DLC cutscene. She finishes chanting. Throws a rose into the lake. Thunder rumbles. Coincidence? Maybe. You are now energetically released. She says it like she's breaking a spell. Walk back in silence. Next day she unfollows me on Instagram. Posts story. Some stars burn too brightly to stay. Captioned with an 18-minute Suf John Stevens song. Logan, she just soft-blocked your aura. Honestly feel free. Finals over. Indigo out of my life. No more crystals on my keyboard. No more haunted granola. Just peace. Until 2 weeks later. See her on campus with new guy. He's wearing beads, holding a poetry book. Looks hollow inside. Logan leans over. Bro, she rebooted. Yep, I nod. Not my circus anymore. Check phone. DM from Indigo. Hope your energy's balanced. Immediately sage my inbox. Log off. Go outside. Touch grass. Life is good.